Hello again my friends. One of my subscribers left this comment on one of my videos. More console, have you ever thought about communicating with other guardians in the towers? What I mean is, if I saw someone I wanted to talk to, would I simply walk up to that person and communicate via text, or will there be proximity communication via microphone, so guardians would be able to hear me if I was standing near them? I'd like to hear your opinion on how you think Bungie will deal with this. Now, I thought this was such a good question that I decided to devote an entire video to it. Bungie has made it very clear that Destiny is a shared open world shooter. The game has been built from the ground up as a cooperative experience with fellow Guardians. Career vacancies on Bungie's official website talk about creating a game where communication is a key element. For example, the raid designer vacancy talks about building a game that challenges players' communication skills and creates memorable bond building encounters. Their content designer vacancy talks about social combat situations and dynamic experiences. All these elements have one thing in common: the need for players to communicate with each other. But how exactly will this work in Destiny? Well, this particular area of the game hasn't really been touched upon. In fact, I've only managed to locate one sort of info on this. In an interview with UK's official Xbox magazine, Bungie reveals a pretty significant detail on how communication will take place between players. Let me read you the relevant paragraph. The potential of a multiplayer experience where you can start out solo and then suddenly discover that you're sharing space with other players is a hugely appealing one, as demonstrated with recent PS3 exclusive Journey, and was shown proof from Bungie's test lab. The sudden grins and glances between two players who have never met before but suddenly encountered each other in the world. It's an experience that, as much as possible, won't be tainted by the lesser elements of Xbox Live. Bungie is relying on emotes and gestures to communicate to others, rather than the potential profanity of voice chat, and has specifically designed the game not to require a microphone. Now, I think it's important to point out that although the game doesn't require a microphone, that doesn't necessarily mean that mic communication is completely absent. I'd assume voice chat will be available and implemented in much the same way as it is in Halo 4, for example, but Destiny is a different game entirely, and so more other subtle means of communication may benefit the player. As I've said before, Destiny is a shared world shooter, and you'll bump into other Guardians while exploring the solar system. The ability to communicate via emotes and gestures rather than talking via a mic will add a different dimension to the game. Now, a video game that already uses this kind of communication is Journey. As you play, Journey seamlessly connects you with other gamers. No names, no text boxes, no microphone chats, and you know what? It really does work. You can play through the whole game with a complete stranger with no issues whatsoever. With a few simple signals back and forth, you can communicate and take part in a meaningful co-op adventure. It's worth noting too that Journey sits in the top 20 highest rated PS3 games of all time, so it's obviously doing something right. Guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do you feel about communicating via emotes and gestures? Is that something that appeals to you, or would you prefer proximity voice chat? Leave a comment and let me know. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Destiny news, and thanks for watching, you beautiful bastards. Here comes the mother chuffing boom.